Hello and welcome to this virtual demonstration from Vivitek. My name's Greg Mack, I'm the UK Sales Manager for Vivitek, and today we're going to have a look at the latest addition to the Novo ecosystem, the NovoDisplay, a range of professional, large format LCD screens with some truly powerful features built in. Vivitek, which is a brand of Delta, aims to provide customers with solutions that are beyond normal displays, which means we want to provide products which are easy to use, feature-rich and work right out of the box. And it's that ethos which has led us to introduce the NovoDisplay. The NovoDisplay has many applications, whether it's corporate, education or retail. It's equally at home in a huddle space, on the shop floor or in a classroom. Anywhere users require easy to use, out-of-the-box signage and wireless collaboration features. The NovoDisplay's unique ability to switch between users casting their devices and signage content is what really sets it apart from its competitors. The NovoDS digital signage platform and Novo Connect wireless collaboration system has been engineered in-house from the ground up to provide customers a way to communicate effectively, whether that's in meetings or via signage. And that's what the Novo ecosystem is all about. First, let's take a look at the hardware. The NovoDisplay comes in a range of sizes, 43-inch, the model we've got here, 55-inch, 65-inch and 75-inch. They're all 4K UHD resolution and are made using high-quality, professional-grade LCD panels, which give superb colour accuracy from all angles. All of the models are rated for 16:7 usage, with a 55-inch increasing to 18:7 usage. The Energy Star certification makes for a low cost of ownership while still delivering an impressive 450 nits of brightness. The 55-inch can also be used in portrait mode. Next, let's take a look at the home screen. The NovoDisplay has a clean, modern looking home screen. High resolution images are preloaded, and this is what you'll see if you don't have a signage playlist running. Users can tailor the connection information that's shown on screen to best suit their users' requirements. It ensures people coming and connecting for the first time only get the information that's right for them. We can name our NovoDisplay to something pertinent to the room or location, so users can easily cast to it. We can change settings directly on the screen using the supplied remote control or a wireless mouse and keyboard. We can change our presentation settings, we can change signage, and then we have our web conferencing menu, and if we select that, we'll see that all of our favourite VC apps are pre-installed on the screen. Just add a camera and a microphone and we're ready to go. We can also see the network information on the screen, so we can see which network the screen's sitting on. The NovoDisplay, like all hardware in the Novo ecosystem, has Wi-Fi built in. We can use that to broadcast a hotspot, and we can use it in a standalone mode, or we can use the Wi-Fi to connect to an existing Wi-Fi network. We can then use the hardwired network connection to connect to a second network at the same time, which means, for example, users on both a guest network and an internal network can connect and manage simultaneously. Let's take a look at how we manage our digital signage. So this is the NovoDS Cloud interface. I'll give you a quick run through to get an idea of some of the functionality that's included. So this is our dashboard. We can have a quick summary, an overview of our account, our subscription service, but also how many devices are registered to this account, how many users, how many playlists, and we can see a stream there of our latest activity. Going into the Devices tab, we can see a list of devices that are registered to this organisation. This is our sales team's login. We can see which devices quickly are online, which are offline. We can see that obviously the name of the devices, and we can see what they're displaying. And if we drill down a little bit more into them, we can get a snapshot, so we can see exactly what's playing on there and some further information. We can see what playlists, what schedules and what announcements have been uploaded onto those devices. And we can also see who's got access to that particular device. In our settings menu, we can change network settings, we can change the device, and we can also update them if they need a firmware update. We can register a new device very simply by clicking here and entering the 8-digit code that's shown on the splash screen of the NovoDisplay or one of the other ecosystem products. In our Playlist tab, we can see all of the playlists that have been created by various users, but we can also create all of our content straight from the NovoDS Cloud. By clicking on Create Playlist, we can choose the hardware that we want that playlist to play on. So that could just be the NovoDisplay, or it could be some of the other devices in the ecosystem. And then we can select from either a grid template, we can select the flexible layout, or we can choose from some of the pre-designed designer templates, and we can simply just go in and change perhaps the text or some of the images. We're adding to these all the time. Let's choose a basic grid for now, and we'll see what some of the content is. So down the left-hand side in our playlist window now, we've got our different types of content. So firstly, media. We can choose from either local media, so still images, video files, and we can upload those from our laptop, or we could choose remote video, perhaps from an FTP server or an online drive. Web pages, we can just give it a URL and it will display the web page. YouTube, same again, give it the YouTube link and it will play the video straight from the web. IP stream, so that's the network stream, so it could be perhaps from a CCTV camera. Text, different fonts, sizes, scrolling, not scrolling, lots of options there. Twitter feeds, Facebook or Instagram, RSS feeds, weather, clocks, calendars, either from Google, Microsoft or iCal. Video in, some of our devices like the NCX900 standalone box has an HDMI input, so we could have a video input as part of our signage layout. And then recently we added a people counting tool, and this links with a people counting camera, and this will take information and count people in or out of a particular space. So great in a retail environment for COVID applications, but also beyond that we can trigger certain types of content when people are at a certain occupancy, so great for retail applications. We can also have different shapes, so if you didn't want your content in a rectangle or in a square, we can have different shapes there as well. When we finish creating our playlist, and we can have multiple pages to a playlist as well, we can save it, we can preview it straight from the NovoDS Cloud interface, or we can publish it to one or to many devices that we can see online. So let's come out of here. That's how we create our content. Next in our library, we can see content that's been uploaded by various users, and we can then share that content and use it to create playlists. Next in our users tab, we can see all of our users for this organization, and we can see their different levels of access. If we add a new user, we can simply enter their email, they'll get an invitation to join, and we can set them at a particular level, so we can have administrator, publisher and designer with varying levels of access. In the scheduling tab, we can schedule different playlists to play at different times of the day or different times of the week. We can add a new schedule very simply, and we can have a simple editor view where items appear in a list. We can add an item, we can give it a description, set its frequency, add a playlist to that item. Or if we want a slightly more visual view, we can select the calendar view and add items in to particular days of the week or month. Nice and straightforward to create a schedule. In our announcements tab, we can see that we've got some predefined announcements created, and these can be for emergencies, as we've got some examples here for a fire drill, or it could be a flash promotion to advertise on a screen. And then we can choose those to appear either on one or many devices, and we can choose how big we want that to appear on screen, and we can choose whether it stays there indefinitely until we change it, or we can choose it to be there for a set amount of time. So great again for promotions. So that's a very quick overview of the NovoDS Cloud. You can register for a free trial at novods.com. I hope you enjoyed that walkthrough of the NovoDS Cloud interface. Let's have a look at some of the other features. The NovoDisplay has our NT Live and Receive functionality built in, which means you can mirror one screen to multiple others over the network. Just select your NT Live app to broadcast, and on subsequent screens select your NT Receive app, and it will mirror whatever's going on, whether that's signage or devices wirelessly casting, it will mirror it. That's also compatible with our Novo Touch displays and our NT X700 and 900 standalone devices. The NovoDisplay can also automate its operating hours. We can select when it switches on and when it turns off. Great for those signage applications where you don't want it running through the night. The NovoDisplay has a great level of security. It has PIN code protection for meetings, which refreshes every time you disconnect, which means you can't then leave that meeting room or huddle space and connect back up to the screen. We use AES 256-bit encryption for all of our casting and all of our content sharing with the wireless Novo Connect app. All devices are manufactured to ISO 27001 security standard as well. So now you can see we've got a signage layout running full screen. We've still got our connection information there showed as an overlay, and we can choose the position of that as well. So that means that we can still walk up to it from our Windows laptop, from our mobile phone. We're using AirPlay on Apple or Chromecast for Android devices. We can have up to 4 people on screen at any one time. We can do our meeting, but then when we've finished, we can come away, we can disconnect, and after a short pause, our digital signage will carry on running. And it's that unique ability to switch between a fully featured signage platform and a fully featured wireless collaboration system which makes a NovoDisplay truly unique. You can get all product information at vivitek.eu, and you can contact us at info@vivitek.eu. Thanks very much for watching.